Welcome to the second edition of Stangcenter. I am your Western TV sports reporter, Sarah Reid, alongside my partner, Josh Beach, and we are here to tell you everything about Western sports from the rink to the track and everything in between. We have a lot of teams making Western proud, with 7 making the CIS rankings this week.
How else to start off a Canadian sports news show than with hockey? Men's hockey off to a great start this season as they're 14-4-1 and sit second place in the OUA West standings. They're also ranked 10th nationally in the CIS rankings. Captain Steve Reese leads the way with 25 points, and Greg Dodds has done a great job tending the twine for the Stangs as he's posted a .918 save percentage and an 11-4 record. In the final stretch of this season, the Mustangs will face off against the Windsor Lancers on January 29th at home, so come out and support them. That game will be for first place in the OUA West.
And with more hockey, the women's hockey team is having a fantastic season. They just came off a pair of wins over Nipissing and Laurentian this past weekend, bringing both teams down with their strong power play game. And to add to the wins, they also maintain the distinction as the only team yet to lose in regulation. They're currently sitting 3rd in this week's CIS rankings, and they're on the road this weekend to face the Lancers. Now, they have played this team in the past in October and sent them home with a 2-1 loss in a shootout, so they're looking for a similar result this time. Their current record is 14-0-2.
Moving from the ice to the mat, both wrestling teams doing fantastic this year, as the women are ranked number 5 and the men are ranked number 6 in the country. This past weekend at the Brock Open, both Maddie Parks and Kyle Bonk Dunn took home bronze for the Mustangs. The Mustangs are back in action this weekend in Guelph.
Sprinting over to the track, the team is off to a racing start this year, with both men and women making the CIS rankings this week. The men currently sit in 2nd, with the women in 3rd, only 4 points behind second-ranked team Guelph. The team had a particularly impressive performance this past weekend at the Can-Am Championships, bringing home 4 gold, 9 silver, and 2 bronze with an outstanding performance by Robin Bone. Other golds were brought home by Carolyn Earnhardt, Joyce Spearchief Morris, and Riley Bell. The team travels to the Fred Foote Pentathlon this weekend before coming home to host the Don Wright Invitational.
Slipping off the track spikes and putting J's on our feet, men's basketball is off to one of their best start in years as they sit 7-3, which has them 1st in the OUA West. Last week, they traveled down to Windsor and upset the number 5 ranked Lancers. They continue that momentum, going to Waterloo and beating Laurier. Led by Greg Morrow, Quinn Henderson, and Tony Spiritus, the Stangs will take on the Waterloo Warriors at Alumni Hall this Saturday. Check out mustangs.ca for details. Come on out and support the boys.
Ringing in the new year, the women's ringette team has had a very impressive season thus far. They have racked up 2 gold medals after just 2 tournaments. Their most recent one happened this past weekend in Whitby. And the team is halfway through their season and are currently sitting comfortably in 1st place. Mustangs goaltender Marielle Fernbook also had a very impressive performance this weekend, proving herself to possibly be one of the best in the tournament. The team travels to Kitchener and St. Mary's this weekend.
No transition necessary for these guys as they're practicing right behind me. The Western men's volleyball team is one of the better offensive teams in the OUA this season, led by Justin Scapinello, who leads the OUA in kills and kills per set. The Western Mustangs went all the way to the national championship last year as they claimed silver. They look to repeat that feat again this year as they are right in the playoff mix in the OUA.
And diving into aquatics, the team is coming off a tough loss to Toronto this past weekend in a dual meet. The women are currently ranked 6th in the CIS rankings with a total of 186 points. Now, they are looking to come back from their 2nd place finish at the Stratton Divisionals this weekend when they travel back to Toronto for the Ontario Cup. The team has a very strong 4x200 meter relay, as well as some other athletes, including Paulina Bond, Jennifer McNaughton, and Emma Spruill, who are all looking to improve on their impressive seasons last year. The team is heading to Brock for a dual meet, as well as the CIS and OUA championships in February.
Hopping out of the pool, drying off, and grabbing our rackets, men's squash is looking to capture their 32nd consecutive OUA title. Can you say dominance?
Dominance!
They're 9-0 against all-Canadian competition this year as they head down to Amherst College in Massachusetts. They're going to take on Drexel, Connecticut, and Stanford this weekend. Shout out to Robin Bone, pole vaulter for the women's track team here at Western, as she won another gold medal at the 2015 Can-Am Championships in Windsor this past weekend. Her winning vault actually set a meet record, so great job, Robin.
Shout out to Mustangs football player Daryl Wadd, as he is currently training in Florida, as he is one of 2 Canadians to be invited to the East-West Shrine Bowl. And for those of you who do not know what that is, it is the annual college football all-star game, which happens to be heavily attended by NFL scouts.
Shout out to Stephen Takahashi, who won bronze in the 57-kilogram weight class as he represented the Canadian national team at the Brazil Cup recently. Thanks again for joining us on Stangcenter. Once again, check out mustangs.ca for all the information on your favorite teams. Don't forget to come out and support your favorite teams. I'm Josh Beach alongside Sarah Reid. Go Stangs!